In this video, we're going over the basics of compression and how you can use it on vocals in your next session using Nectar Pro. Compressors are actually a pretty simple and mostly practical tool. When recording instruments, and especially vocals, we have to be wary of the dynamic change. Dynamics meaning volume or amplitude. For example, with a singer, sometimes the singer will start yelling or get very loud during the chorus, and will get quiet during the verses. We have to make sure that the dynamics are controlled. We don't want the vocals to fall back during the quiet parts, and we don't want the vocals to be overwhelming during the loud parts. Every compressor usually has these 5 main elements. One is the threshold control. The threshold determines at what point the compressor starts working. The ratio is how much the compressor works. You have a low ratio, which compresses it a lot more subtly than a high ratio. A 4-to-1 ratio means that for every 4 dBs goes past the threshold, only 1 dB will actually go through. The attack speed dictates how quickly the compressor reacts as soon as the audio signal goes past the threshold, and the release time describes how quickly it'll release that compression. Makeup gain is extremely important. It's what you use to add back the volume that you lose through compression. Just for this demonstration, we're going to turn on this A button right here, which is automatic gain compensation. So we can leave the makeup gain where it's at. The vocals that we're using for this session are very simple, from a modern R&B track by an artist named Caden Corbett. Let's check out those vocals without compression right now.
Miss everything about you. I'm on my knees over you.
The vocals sound great. The producer did a great job, and Caden has an amazing voice. Well, when I'm mixing this track down, I want a little bit more dynamic control. Let's listen to it with compression on. As I bring down the threshold, you'll notice that more compression is going to happen. I'm going to use an extreme amount of compression just for this demonstration.
Miss everything about you. I'm on my knees over you. Granted my memories of you.
Now that's a lot of compression. The way to listen for compression is actually not any sort of tonal balance, but rather the volume of the vocals. Notice that when I compress, the breaths in between the vocals comes out a little bit, and the vocals start to feel a little bit more, dare I say, squishy.
Miss everything about you. Miss everything about you.
Too much compression can actually leave artifacts and start to feel unnatural. So let's bring the threshold back up until we get a smooth amount.
Miss everything about you. I'm on my knees over you. Granted my
That feels a lot better. I think I like the way the vocals sound right now. Let's check it out one more time, before and after.
Miss everything about you. I'm on my knees over you. Miss everything about you. I'm on my knees over you.
Let's listen in context.
Miss everything about you. I'm on my knees over you. Miss everything about you. I'm on my knees over you.
Amazing. And it's as simple as that. Compression can get a lot more complicated, as compressors do often add color or flavors through saturation or distortion. Luckily, with Nectar Pro, we can discover and try out all sorts of different compression styles. In this example, we use the solid state, but there are 3 other versions, including optical, vintage, and digital, that we can try out and discover for ourselves. If you're interested in using Nectar Pro for your next session, just go to izotope.com and check out our full range of products.